In this video, I'm going to show you how to get your AC ready for summer. It doesn't take much to get your AC ready for summer. The most important thing is cleanliness. Make sure the outside unit is clean. A dirty condensing unit will make your AC work harder, and if super dirty, will cause it to stop cooling. Second, change your furnace filters. The one I'm showing you here hasn't been changed in over a year. You should change them at least every 3 months. If your house is dusty, maybe a little sooner. These filters are from my furnace, and I'm guilty for not changing mine enough. These are also 5 months old. You can see they're dirty, but they're in a lot better shape from the one I showed you before. When changing the filters, make sure the arrow is pointing in the right direction. The arrow always points towards the furnace. The next thing you need to do is make sure your outside AC unit is clean. This unit was clean at the end of last year's season, so there's not much to do in the way of cleaning it now. If your outside unit looks anything like this one, it should be cleaned before using it. Even though this is the inside of the unit, it should look something like this after it's cleaned. Before you start cleaning the outside unit, take an inspection of the coils. If you see something that looks like a wet spot in the dirt on the coils, there's a good chance that you may have a small leak. If you see this staining and you're having problems with your AC cooling your house, you should call a technician. When finding a stain like this, you may want to wait before cleaning the unit. The repair technician may want to see this before he or she can pinpoint if there is actually a leak and where it is located. If you want to take a chance and clean the unit to see if it works, then at least take a picture to show the technician in the event you have to call one. The next thing you can do after cleaning is check to see if the AC unit is getting cold. Locate the 2 copper lines going into the outside unit. There will be a large copper line and a small copper line going into the side of the unit. This is called the line set. The large copper line is the one that should be cold and should also be wrapped with a black rubbery foam insulation. The insulation on my line set is old and deteriorated, and some of it is missing, so I will be replacing it. Once you've located the line set, now you can see if the larger tube is getting cold. While the unit is running, hold on to the larger line. This should feel very cold to the touch. It'll be cold enough that the line will be sweating. If this line is not cold and is only somewhat cool or warm, shut the AC off and call a technician. Keeping it running in this condition can do damage to the unit and resulting in much more costly repairs. Another way to check if the line is getting cold is to check it with an infrared temperature sensor. For maintenance purposes, checking with your hand is good enough. Another thing you want to check is the condensate tube, and if you have one, a condensate pump. If you don't have a place for the condensate tube to drain, you may have a pump to pump it to a different location or a sink in another room. Most companies don't glue this together, so you can take them apart. Occasionally, this area on the tube can become clogged and back up, causing the water to leak all over. To remove the condensate tube, unthread it from the AC unit. If the pieces aren't glued together, you can remove some of them to make it easier to unthread the pipe. Lay down a rag or a towel to collect water that may drain out after removing the pipe. This condensate tube was somewhat plugged up, causing water to back up and leak around the outside of the AC unit. Make sure nothing is blocking the drain hole. To clean it, just flush the tube out with water. To check the pump, pour some water in this hole here and make sure the pump turns on. One last thing you want to check if you have a digital thermostat are the batteries. If the batteries go out, nothing will run. Believe it or not, changing the batteries is something a lot of people forget to do. If you change the filters and make sure everything is clean, you're still getting ice on the inside and the outside line, shut your AC off and call a repairman. There's nothing more you can do to fix the problem. Spending a little time on these maintenance items will save you a lot of money in service calls later on. These items should be done every season with the exception of the filters. Those should be done at least every 3 months. I hope this video helped. Don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up. Click the bell icon to get notified whenever I post a new video. Also, visit me on Facebook. Until next time, thank you for watching.